you had a rough week? Has it been crazy? So have we, or maybe you've heard about it. We did a little interview with a guy you might have heard of, John Collins Black. Also, Jam was boots on the ground in the Tahoe area. And just so you know, I talked to the owner of Gracie's, and we've got some information about that too. There's a lot to talk about. I'm Emma.
I'm JM, and we are Treasure Hunt with us. And yes, that's right. And what an amazing interview. We didn't send him any questions. He had no clue. Everything you saw was straight off the cuff. He was completely shocked. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and email us if you like at comments@treasurehuntwithus.com. But I will also say, there's been something going on with our email. We haven't got all our emails. We pretty much respond to everything. If it's not me, it's Emma. And so please, if you haven't got a response to us and you emailed us, email us again. So we probably didn't get
Re-email.
it. That's true.
We need a remail. That's what
We
we're
need
gonna
a
need is a
remail,
remail.
not an email.
Yeah.
We need a remail. And if we continue to have those problems, we do have a Gmail. We just prefer to use
don't
this one.
use it.
So
Yeah,
we prefer this one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, like we want to also take a second to have a little gratitude in our attitude because we
That's right.
weren't aware that people were capable of doing something called a super chat or a super thanks in the chat when you're not doing a live. We didn't know. And so all of a sudden we started to see this. We're like, what is this? Oh my gosh. And we recognize we've never said thank you. So there's two people who've given us super chats that we weren't even aware it happened. We're so sorry. We want you to know how grateful we are. So Aldom Day and Bobby Huron 1944, thank you. That was so generous. Totally unnecessary, but we're grateful and thankful. And also thank you for teaching us about YouTube.
I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you could
We didn't
only do
know.
that during lives. And
We're
then
like,
I'm like,
what
what
is
is
this?
this? What?
Yeah,
Oh my
so
gosh. People are
crazy.
so generous. Really appreciate it. You
Right.
didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it. So
Right. Thank you. And again, please, we would never not say thank you. We're all about the gratitude.
yes,
It's a key. Our mom would probably spank us if she knew that we had gone so long. Mostly
true
him. I'm
story.
good. I'm good.
I will say this. We take those super chats and stuff like that. You know what we do with it? We don't
We buy
sit there and keep
books.
it and put it in our pocket. We bought books. We bought 2 of them that we were giving out for that last interview. So if you saw that interview with JCB, go watch it. If you haven't watched it, make sure you put in the comments JCB, no dots in between. Make sure you spell it correct. There's a couple people that had to be
Yeah.
like, hey, do
Make
you mind
sure you
correcting
spell
this?
it correct. It's JCB.
Some people type fast and they put JVC. So a very easy thing
Stop.
to do.
That sounds like
What's
something
it
I
called?
do.
Yeah. So if you did that, I think I commented on most of them. Make sure you correct that because we want you to have a chance to win. And I will
Right.
be drawing that next Tuesday, 5 p.m. So go back and check your comments to see if you won one of the books from our last video. It's that last video of our interview with John Collins Black.
It was a big deal. We said it, so it must be. Also, other great news. Jam has committed to joining me in Dillon for the book signing for Justin Posey on June 21st. I don't know how many of you are going to be there. I've heard it's going to be huge. I spoke with Kapro, who is actually boots on the ground, but she's she's going to be in the Dillon area for a period of time. She's there. She's, doing a bunch of stuff. It's going to be fantastic. Minimally, we have at least one meetup planned. We know we're talking through other social activities for all these hunters, and then of course you're probably going boots on the ground because you're in Montana. You're where it's likely that treasure is. But we want to take an opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah, I mean, I will be out there. I met a person on the trail this last weekend when I was treasure hunting in Tahoe, which is great. So basically, I went out there. I always said, remember, I don't know if anybody remembers, I said reward is at the waterfall, which is, you could do that in the word search. And so we went out to the waterfall. It wasn't there. And then we went through and looked at the video, and it was like brown rock, gray rock, brown rock. And every other rock was brown, but there was one gray rock. And I just looked at that video so many times. I was like, there's just no way I can not go back out there. So we went
She
back
might
out
have
there,
talked
and
about it a lot too.
it was brown this time. Everything was brown. That rock must have been wet or something like that. The video clearly shows a different rock, different colored rock out
Maybe
there. So
somebody got your rock.
no, all the rocks were in place. So everything was in
It was still
place.
the
It was
same
just
shape, so that's good.
same shape, same everything. It was not there. But I was actually going, oh, you know what? I have to be back. I was just going to do a quick one. I had to check that. And I was going to, and then I met Larry, and I'm like, Larry's out there hunting right now. And here I am going to
Yeah.
do just a short hike, not a short hike. It was like two miles out, and 2 miles back. But I was like, you know what? I need to what? Why did you
I was
show me that?
supposed to tell you to send me your shorts.
Oh, I know that's a problem. I've
I'm
been
so
out boots on the
sorry.
ground like 5 times, and I don't have a Scott, so I don't ever
But
get
you
my
do,
shirts up.
because he
I'm
always
so
goes,
busy.
"Hey, don't forget to tell Jam to send me your shorts so I can put them together and get them
Yes,
up."
I will do that. I will,
Yeah,
Scott. You are
send
going
it.
to have a
He's
message.
excited. He's
I have
he's
to
our
just go
sport
through. I
man.
did get video. I did shoot video while I was out there, but while I was
Right.
out there, I had another spot. I wasn't going to go for it. It's way off the path.
Right.
Over 100 yards, as
Mm.
you heard me ask at the
Well, if you've heard
JCB.
the response to the video, that's not a bad idea.
But Larry inspired me. You know what I mean? He's out there
Yeah.
hunting. He was searching multiple areas. Why am I not out searching multiple areas?
Oh,
So
you have to have a backup area. I say it all the
yeah,
time.
called my wife and said I'm gonna be a little bit later. Larry's having me go out looking in my other spot. So hiked way
That's
up there.
awesome.
It's a lot of
Good
fun. It was
job,
beautiful.
Larry.
So
Thank you,
beautiful.
because he doesn't hear me when I say these things. So
I
fantastic.
don't. I did. I got done a little faster than I thought. And that was what I had planned. I'm like, oh, I don't know how long it's going to take or something like that. And I was done a lot faster than I thought.
I'm
So
so
I
sorry
had
that I forgot. Scott's probably asked me 3 times to tell you to send him those videos.
I gotta do it. We gotta get them
Hey,
out.
we're gonna
I have my
remember.
salt face mule hat on. For those of you who don't know, if you're
Yay!
in the North Carolina, they are, small business,
Dr.
local,
Krypton, when
help them
Dr.
out.
Krypton was up in the mountains, he went to Salt Face, stopped in, got some swag, he liked the food. It's delicious. It's delicious. If you're up in the mountains in the Asheville area, stop in at Salt Face Mule. It is fantastic. And if you're supporting local, these are people who grew up in this area. These are
Yeah,
real, truly North Carolinians who've been here for years. So I love it. I love it, love it. But yeah,
you
and
know,
also it's delicious.
yes, it is. And we're all about supporting small businesses. If you have a
Absolutely.
small business and you want people in a certain area that you're like, hey, if you're out treasure hunting here, put it in the comments below so
Yeah, be
people
like, I'm
know. They
here.
know to go out
Yeah,
there.
let us
Yeah,
know. Like we always are looking for like small restaurants or like
yeah.
hotels when we're going to smaller areas. Definitely put it in there. We want to make sure we stop in. I generally buy
Mhm.
a t-shirt. I mean, if you saw my t-shirt drawer, it's out of control.
It's
But
out of control.
hey, you never know when you need a t-shirt. That
So
said, word on the street. Did you hear about the Audible? It's out.
it's out. The Audible is out. There's one additional chapter about shrimp. It's about bad
Shrimp.
shrimp. It's
Shrimp.
about shrimp. It's got to have that scripts. That's it.
Yeah,
I
don't
went
give away
through
too
it.
much. Let them go listen to it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a
we're not
little
going to play. You
sad that
can't play
Justin
it.
didn't read the book.
There was three. I was very disappointed. I was expecting to hear Justin, but we did not. That's fine. It
Can we
wasn't
just
Will
touch on
Wheaton.
something really quick that somebody
Yeah.
said? It's not in our list of things to talk about, so this is a little off script. Do you know that there's supposition that when Justin read the poem on Dave's show, American
Mhm.
Treasure, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's fantastic. Dave, I love you. But when Justin read the poem, there's supposition that that's an AI voice and he didn't actually read it. So when we go to the book signing, I'm asking him, did you read it or was that an AI version of you reading it?
I do not think that was AI, and I think there was inflections in there. So if you haven't heard the actual creator of the poem read it, man, we should have JCB read his poem. Although we were limited time, so
Oh. And
we
which
want to be
poem?
respectful. So
JCB has more than one.
yeah, but I was thinking obviously for the Forest Fan, his Forest Fan
Yeah, that would have
box
been
and
an
stuff like
awesome
that.
ode. But we had
Which we
exactly
found
20
it
minutes.
does start where cool waters flow. That's the
Cool
start,
water
and it
school.
pretty much, he says, goes linear. You have to probably say that because I can't
Yeah.
remember. It has about the same nine clues because that's how Forrest did
He
it,
actually
and that's
says,
how
I
we did it.
tried to set it up very in alignment with the way Forrest did it. Now let's
Love
talk
it.
about something that I think we'll find interesting. So a couple weeks ago, there was the books were sold out for Beyond the Map's Edge. But I had an order out and I was like, wait, what? No, I've got books coming on Wednesday. So I told someone I'd send them one. And my order got canceled on Tuesday. And I'm like, what? That's rude. So I
That's
jump
so rude.
online. So rude. I jump online. There's nothing on Amazon. There's nothing on Books a Million. There's nothing on Barnes and Noble. I called 2 bookstores here in town who I'm trying to get to keep to restock them every time they sell it. They didn't have any, but now they were like, yeah, but we ordered more. And I was like, excellent. That's great news. So I jumped on the last resort. I jumped on the eBay. And lo and behold, I got a cute little counterfeit book.
You got one.
Look at this
I've
little
actually
bad
seen
boy.
this. Someone's emailed me. They've sent me pictures. I sent a
Oh
couple of them
yeah.
on to Justin just so he could see what it is. But if you have
Oh, it
a
smells bad
soft
too.
cover, if you have a soft cover book, he hasn't
Look at
printed
how
that.
the table
There
of
is no such
contents
thing.
looks. It's like
It's
contents.
different. Yeah, the pages aren't as good. I heard there's
Contents.
typo. So
Oh
what's it
yeah.
called? We got a really cool
Typo.
guy. He basically
See?
showed me all the problems with it. And I told him, hey, if you ever any questions about typos or anything like that, message me, man.
Yeah.
I'll open my book up and I'll verify everything, make sure everything's what
Yeah.
you're reading is correct. So we did that a few times.
But if
But
you're like me and you made the mistake and you ordered off the eBay, you
yeah,
got this. I mean, here's the thing. We've been joking that I'm going to bring this with me to be signed in Dylan,
yeah,
but I don't want him to sign it as Justin Posey. I'm hoping he'll sign as like Joshua Poussoir or something crazy. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, something
Poussoir,
fun.
something
Yeah.
crazy and funny. Just since if this is fake, let's do that fake too. Let's go the full distance, right? But yeah, so be
Well,
cautious when you're ordering it. Too good to be true is too good to be true, and you can't get it anywhere else. And someone's charging the exact same price, then that's probably not real.
yeah, I mean, it was Walmart. Walmart was doing that, and they were not refunding money because they said it's not actually me. We're doing a reseller for them, so
Okay.
you'd have to go through them.
I
So
don't know
do
the
not
rules
buy
about
from Walmart. That's
eBay,
what I
but
say.
that's
Don't buy
why
from
I
Walmart.
use Amex through eBay
Yeah,
through Venmo so that I can still get it. They'll refund it to me for that
PayPal.
exact reason.
eBay is really good at using PayPal, and they're really good at refunding, or they used to be.
Really?
So
I've never used
mm,
anyway. Well, I'll have to ask you about that. I always use Venmo through my Amex through Venmo through through eBay. And that way I have no
yeah.
problem. Okay, so would you like to talk about Gracie?
I'm dying to know about Grace. You know, I want to go there. I want to buy something there. I'm praying it's going to be open when I'm there on June
Well,
21st
I
for the
can
book
speak to
signing.
that because
Let's hear it.
Sharon, the sweetest woman ever, called me back. So Sharon owns Gracie's. And poor woman, she's been sick, but she's better. She had a couple of procedures, and she said, "I don't want to give all her I don't want to give her business away, but she's back and she's fantastic and she's doing great and she's pumped and ready to go." And she's actually Gracie's niece. So she's never changed the name. Well, she bought the business from her. She's never changed the name in all these years because it's an ode to her aunt who she loves, right?
I love
I
that.
just thought I love the story. I love everything about it. But she shared with me. So she is opening her store for her grand opening on the 30th and 31st. She's actually going to do a sidewalk
Of
sale of like
May.
of May. She's
Of
going to do
May.
a sidewalk sale of board games and like family games and stuff like that. And she'll put it all out across the sidewalk. This year is the 73rd anniversary of Gracie's being in place.
What, 73rd? What? Oh my
73 years.
gosh. Wore that shirt on
73
purpose.
years. And she has so much stuff. Like she has like a
Vintage.
basement full of stuff. She has like two
She has the
warehouses full of
Valley of
stuff.
Vinyls.
And she does have the Valley of Vinyls. But
Look at
she's really, she told me something interesting. Go ahead.
this is the epitome of a small business. What's it called? She was down and out for a little
Yeah.
bit. She's back up. She's running.
Yeah.
Let's help her out. Let's get there.
She
And
actually
you
told
can
me
buy
a
something really
story.
cool. I would
Oh,
love
yeah,
to
for
hear
sure.
something. Let's hear it.
So she said she's sitting there and she just got over recovering. She's sitting there and she gets this phone call and it's from this guy named Adam from Georgia. So Adam from Georgia, I might know you. I don't know if I know you, but if I don't know you and there's a way to know you, Adam, you make me proud to be a treasure hunter. So Adam calls her and he's like, "Hey, Gracie." And she's like, "Well, Sharon." And he goes, "I'm Adam and I'm a treasure hunter and I'm in town from Georgia, Atlanta area. And I was wondering if there's any chance I can convince you to come open your shop and I would give you a really big tip." And he tipped her $100. And his partner who was with him was like, "Listen, this is what I've got," and gave her like an additional $60. Like that's who we are as treasure hunters. Came in, you buy
Yes.
a little something. She said she's like, "Is this real?" And he's like, "I
Mhm.
promise you it's real." But she got there, he walked in the door, he handed her that money, his friend handed her money, and like, come on, guys, you guys are fantastic. I loved hearing that story. And she goes, "It was a dream come true." And she feels reinvigorated. And I asked her, she was telling me about how her family did this and how her uncle Steve actually built that wall brick by brick and rock by rock with he had three friends, but it was built in 1956, 1957, and 1958. It was him and two of his other gentleman friends. And it's mean, you want to talk about a testament. When you get there and you see it, guys, first of all, the wall is fantastic. You feel almost like it's this Hansel and Gretel. It's very almost Disneyland about it. It's just very cool. But like somebody with their bare hands, who's like her family built this wall. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But most importantly is she will be open as of the 30th, and then she'll do normal business hours Monday through Friday and Saturday. I think Monday through Friday, I think she said 9 to 4, and then Saturdays 9 to 4, and she will be closed on Sundays. So she will be open when we were all in town on the 21st, and she's not far from where the bookstore is. So it's an opportunity, guys. You can't miss this. You've got to get in there. You've got to.
You got to get in there. You got to buy something to say I own something from
Yeah.
Gracie's Grail. That's my favorite chapter.
I'm
So
gonna
you
get a
know I'm going to
vinyl.
be buying something. I might buy. I actually will if she still has the Valley. I mean, this is a while ago. So, but if they still have that,
Yeah.
my wife loves listening to vinyl. Christmas present, something present. Anyway,
I'm gonna see
I
if you
love
can
you
find something she
presents.
knows.
She
Right,
she has
that'll be
good
fun.
taste. What do you mean?
No, she does,
She
but like, I
listens to good
mean,
stuff.
how far back does she go?
I don't know. I'm hoping they have like a Beatles White Album or something like
Oh,
that.
nice.
I would
Oh,
love
that would
that.
be cool.
So,
I'm like, I'm
anyways,
okay with like a Def Leppard. I'm okay with that, like a 1980s, like end of the
let's
vinyl
see.
era kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Let's see. If they still have that. If not, then I'll buy something else. Maybe they'll have a
Yeah.
hand drawn treasure map that I
Oh
can
my
buy,
gosh, that would be
and I'll be like,
fantastic.
"Wow, must be like hundreds of dollars." Wait, it's only 6. That's a steal.
That's your allowance.
Maybe they'll have a 3-legged dog that I can use in a
Oh,
treasure hunt,
oh
like
my
a
gosh,
gold
that would be
bronze
so
Tucker.
fun. Would you die if you walked in and you saw the Tucker statue in there?
I'll
I'd be like,
buy it. What are you
I'd be
talking
like, oh
about?
gosh, how much for that cute
Thank
little
you.
dog thing? Oh yeah.
Is
Well,
it stuffed? Is there stuff inside it? Because it
he's
is
already
hollow.
told us it's hollow.
It's
He's told us
hollow.
it's hollow.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
I think
anymore. It's full of gold now. So
there's
correct.
a lot of opportunity, and like, it's a great opportunity to support local, but like, I
Yep.
mean, this poor woman's been sick. Let's shower her in love and gratitude, and go buy some stuff, guys. Okay,
So
so
wait, so that
next.
is not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Yeah,
There's people in town. You know
I
who's
know. I
up?
told her
K-Pro's in town.
K-Pro's in town, and I think
She
that
needs
she'll
to
be
go.
reaching out. She will.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
K-Pro. Come on, she's gonna go.
I know.
It's like,
She
and
needs
we've
to
been
shoot some
dying.
video or go live
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that. K-Pro, I'm
Oh,
going to tell
she
you,
should go
you're about
live.
to be live. I'm going to tell you you're live. So this is old news already. I'm
Yeah, we'll
already
go
have told
liver.
you.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go
We're going
liver.
to live
Okay,
you.
perfect. Now, one thing that we said, we talk about meeting up and stuff like that in this book signing. One thing from our interview is that we're trying to convince John Collins Black to come to TreasureCon. So one of the things we were
Mhm.
thinking, and Jem will put the information down below, is we should just load his box up. We should load his
Don't be
email up with.
obnoxious.
I mean, go
Don't
ahead.
be
A little bit
obnoxious.
obnoxious doesn't hurt.
No, but
Like, it
just
won't
give him
hurt
an
all that.
idea. He said convinces PR people. And so even if he
Convince his
doesn't do
PR
this,
people.
if we want something sooner, Vegas is a good spot just because it's easy to
Yep.
fly into. There's tons of hotels for people to stay
Well,
at. And
Treasure
so
Con, K-Pro will confirm, but my understanding is Treasure Con happens in January every year, the week between the end of the playoffs and Super Bowl Sunday. So it's that weekend between those is generally when they do it. So that's when we're looking to do it. So we're just going to encourage him to come to Treasure Con and
encouragement.
sign the books. Encouragement.
That's right. Just
And
a
if
little
you need to send
encouragement.
like 6 to 20 encouraging emails, that's
Mm.
okay. It's just a little 6 to 20 encouraging emails. Think it's going to
Oh,
be
they're gonna
okay.
hate us. And why did you never get an interview again?
It's
They
like, yeah,
were
I
great.
can't even
The
believe.
people were
Well,
great. He was great. You
he
know,
was.
we pressed him a couple of times. He was so gracious. So
He
I
really was.
appreciate
He's
it.
fun. You could see
He's
he's having
fun.
fun. He's enjoying it. But for those of you who
So
don't know,
smart
like,
too.
so he's in the room with us and we're all filming, like in the room, like being the SteamYard room, the
Mhm.
the digital room. And what you don't know is when that's happening, his assistant or his PR person is also in the room and communicating with Jam the whole time. We had 20 minutes. It sounds like a lot of time until you're like, oh my gosh, I want to ask this. Oh my gosh. And so there's things we did right and there's things we wish we could do better. But I mean, I feel like that turned out great because for me, I got some validation about things, right?
Yeah, I mean, when she said, "Hey, you got to wrap this up," and with the amount of time I had left, I did it right on time. So we want to respect that because they didn't have to come interview with us. They
Right.
didn't have to do that. They could have made us send questions. They could have made it really difficult, but they didn't. They made it super easy. They're super
Right.
nice.
He's so
John's
nice. I want to go to
amazing.
his game night. I mean, it's
I
something
mean,
about the way he
John,
laughs.
I
Like he's just
played
like,
D and
you
D
guys are
before.
crazy.
I played D&D before.
It
I'll
makes me
play
really wish
D&D.
I had played D&D with you.
He does that in January too. You might not be able to get him for Treasure
That's what you,
Con because
hey
he
pro, if you're
might
hearing, we
be.
got to get him an email so he knows the dates before he plans his own thing.
He's got his, yeah. And before he invites me, don't
Oh
invite me,
gosh.
JCB.
I got to tell
So
you, I just watched this interview. There's no chance in heck you're getting invited to his game
no,
night.
no, I'm too busy going. Did you go past or did you go past? And
Yeah,
he's gonna
he's
be like,
like,
you
by
just need
Pat,
to go
what?
past.
I like my favorite, what?
Can you explain that again? Yeah, my bad.
Like, let me,
When
I'll use
I was
hand
trying to be quick.
motions.
I was trying
Yeah.
to be quick but try to say, hey, did you go past the Ozark? And look at, let's talk about it, right? We were going to each bring up a key point
Yeah.
about that video, and my whole key point on that was that in that question that I was trying to get, he gave us some great information, real trip, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But his grandma only wanted to basically ride on interstate highways. So I'm looking at more major highways. My trip's different. When I'm looking at it right now behind me, I'm thinking he went up. He did not go past. There's no way that grandma was spending extra time out camping. And I think he just went into Arkansas just a little bit and drove across on 40. I think he took 40 major interstate. That's what I think he did to get home. So I think he went up, over, maybe through Little Rock. What's it called? That's where 40 connects. So
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was interesting. That's a big one for me. So
I do think, and I guess to your point, like the word specifically, we took major. He goes, listen, he goes, I don't really remember the exact places we stopped. I'm like,
right.
what do you mean? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He was 5.5. That's fair. But he doesn't remember, but he does remember that it was specifically on major interstates, and that's unintentionally a clue. So for those of you who are kind of like going all backwoods and kind of crazy, I mean, when I say those of you, I might mean me, I might mean Scott. You're wrong. He says,
Well,
I mean, you're
that's
not
for
wrong.
that trip. That's for
Yeah, for
that
that
trip.
trip.
So
Well, and
he
here's
said
the
he hit
thing.
it near a place where he had traveled and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he doesn't
He also
really
said, I
fully
didn't
remember.
literally mean, he goes, I said, don't take it to be have the literal meaning of that when he said he did it on the trip. So that says actually it could be around it too. I guess it's not wrong because it could really, when he says it wasn't the literal meaning that it was part of the trip, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to watch it 3 or 4 more times because
I do. Every time I
like
watch it, I'm like, oh
every
wait.
time.
Ooh,
Like,
that's
did
a
he
little.
just, oh, did he? Yeah, there's
Look
just
at
so
the
many
face expression.
nuances to the way he talks. Well, and that's how, like you said, like when he said, when finding out that his sister wasn't born when he went on the trip.
Mhm.
And the fact that, I think you said this a while ago, but like how people keep saying 5.5 is how a child speaks. But the reality is, he then said, well, my sister wasn't born yet because I was 5.5 when I took that trip.
Just,
I was
yeah,
6.5 when my brother was born, and I was 8.5 when she was born.
right.
Right?
Because that's how he sees it,
That's
right?
how
And
he
so,
talks. It's not a child mentality. That's the way he talks about that.
yes,
And then you call them out on, so it's not, so is that how you, much like 5.5? He goes, oh, you may have something there. So I really feel like he validated that that's a clue.
100%. There's
You
definitely
know,
not a typo. That's 100%
I
a
find that's
clue. You
100% a
saw
clue.
his face reaction. And here's the other thing,
Yeah.
too. So he clearly talks in 5.5, 6.5, 8.5 at that age. I'm sure he's still not doing it now, but you know what I mean?
Well, I
But
mean, he did in
if
our
that's the
interview.
case, and obviously it makes a lot of sense, 6 months, 5.5, that's July, right? And it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's out of school. That's the time you do that trip. So
Yeah.
good chance that that trip was in July. So
Absolutely. Here's the other
yeah.
thing too, and I think this is going to continue to be a great debate. But when I asked him the question about being a rule follower, and I know that you feel one way and I feel the other, I feel like he opened it right back up. I feel like he said, listen, don't get caught in the technicalities. Just don't hurt the land. Like that's
Right.
what he said. And he said national forests, national parks, don't take them off your list.
Yeah, I will. The only thing I'll say, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody, the only thing I'll
Yeah.
say is he said national parks? What? You can't hide things in a national park? Is that a thing? I'm like, oh, you're right. You just hit a treasure and you didn't study every rule. And then later on, he
Yeah.
started talking about a lot of the rules. And I'm like, I thought you didn't know anything about national parks.
Yeah, but for me,
So
and I get
that was
it,
a little
but for me, it's when he
suspect.
said, do not exclude national
He
forests and
did say
national
that. So it's
parks.
like,
He
I
said
cannot
that point
argue
blank.
against that. Dude,
So
I would
he
not.
may have been having a
Technically, he
little
said, I would not.
subterfuge.
Yeah,
Yeah. He
can't
may have
argue
had
it.
some subterfuge when he
Here's
was
what I
like,
know.
oh, rules, what?
Scott is going to be back on that Buffalo
Oh
National
my
River. That's the
gosh,
only thing I know
national.
for sure.
So Rule is going to
100%.
be so upset. What, Scott? Get out of that Buffalo National River.
That's right.
Scott's back in. We're actually talking about trying to plan another trip out there soon. But
Yeah.
not this weekend because we got a lot going on and I'm still on call for year end. But I will be going up to the mountains this weekend. I'm going to go head up to the mountains and go do another boots on the ground for because I wasn't able to go last week.
Yeah.
Things happen. It happens. Real life happens. You got to do what you
True
have to do.
story.
Don't forget that we are treasure hunters on the side, except for Jam, who is a IT guy on the side. I have a
That's
real
right.
life. So make sure that when you're making decisions about going boots on the ground, you're not negating your responsibilities and losing jobs. It seems got to pay for it some way, right?
That's exactly right. So great interview. I thought, what's it called? I was
Yeah.
super happy. I was a little bothered by me, my own self critic, worst critic, whatever.
You're your own worst
I
critic.
criticize myself
I
a
hope you
lot
criticize
when I'm
yourself for
like,
that
oh my
delivery.
gosh, I was actually nervous. I don't even get nervous. You know me. I'm
Oh,
never
yeah.
nervous about anything, no matter who I'm meeting.
I was nervous the
What's it
whole time,
called?
too.
Yeah, I just don't get nervous, but I was a little nervous. And then I knew we were on a time crunch and I was like trying to speed through
Yeah.
some of the questions. So fumbled a little bit, but I don't care. It was all right. It
Here's
worked
the
out.
thing, like it's hard. You gotta remember, he is our origin story. So for us, that
It
was the
is.
very first thing is, oh my gosh, imagine one day if we got John Collins
We've
Black.
been talking about that for since
Yeah.
250 subscribers, and now we're at almost
Yep.
1,700. So thank you guys so
Right.
much for doing that. You
We couldn't do it
really
without you
appreciate it.
because he didn't have
Yeah.
any interest in talking to us when we had 250 subscribers.
He stopped when we were doing that. He basically stopped
He
doing
really
interviews.
did.
So so it wasn't that he was like doing
Yeah, he
interviews and
wasn't
be
like,
like,
oh
oh, we're
my
not
gosh,
doing it.
250, get
Yeah.
out of here. Come back when you
Yeah, in
have
fact,
something better.
they told us, we emailed them like what 4 or 5 times, and they
Yeah,
were like,
just the
hey,
right amount.
it's going to be like 2 months, and then we were like, hey, we're blowing up. We think we do
Yeah.
him a good interview. Hopefully, he's happy with it because we're happy with it.
Well,
So
and we started to see him again. Okay, he posted about being in Japan. He posted about
mhm.
being in Nashville. He posted about hiding his book that was signed. He posted his video where he got
With
kidnapped,
Jax,
which was
yeah.
not a clue. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought for sure the way he said 26 DMs, someone even said it said like star 26, but she had full creative control. She wrote it,
yeah.
she put it up, so there's nothing in that. That's
It
good
was
to know.
fun. Like he's trying to have fun, and that's a great thing because treasure hunting is a good time.
Yeah, I mean he's smart. He's a smart guy. He knows that
Oh
she has a
yeah.
big following, and that might bring in new people. So and
Oh, for
look at
sure.
what about you? Hey, your book's gone. They are, which you could. He was definitely shocked. Boom. Next day, book's back. You need an
I'd
ebook.
love to
They're
take full
back.
credit for that, but really, Dr. Krypton's the one who's like, "Hey, did you notice the book's gone?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go put it on Scott's iPad," and then I'm like, "Wait, no, it is gone. He's not
Yeah,
wrong." And then I'm like, "Okay, well, what about this place and what about this place?" And it was nowhere to be found. So,
yeah.
and it's like there's supposition. Somebody else again, more supposition. Somebody's like, "Oh yeah, they probably took it down because they want to drive hard book sales."
Mm.
Listen, I don't think that he's like that. You know what I mean? I think that
Even if he
the
is, that's okay. He put it back. As soon as he found out, he was
yeah,
shocked.
I put
You
it
could
back.
tell. He's like, wait, the ebooks are down, the Apple books?
Yeah,
And we're like,
I'm
yeah. And
glad they're
he's
back
like,
because now
oh,
Scott's got it on his tablet. So.
there we go.
You gotta, I can't tell you the number of times you think about this. And so people have kind of been maybe a little bit, they're not really comfortable with the fact that we all have a hardbound book. If you're lucky like me and you have a soft book too, there's all these different book options.
Do not
Um,
buy from Walmart.
don't buy from, no, that was eBay. That wasn't
I
Walmart,
know. And
or Walmart.
shame on
Just
that
buy from
guy.
Justin's website
He knew
is the
that book
smartest
was
place.
not legit. He probably bought it from Walmart and was like,
Right.
oh, I got scammed. So now I'm going to go
Right.
scam someone else. So
But here's
don't
the
do that,
thing.
man.
So I
Be
know
good
for those of you
people.
who are like, what else are we going to buy? Right. We're buying all these things. But here's the truth. You'll have a
Yeah.
hardbound book. Having that tactily is going to help you. Like there's things about like the way your mind processes information, how when
Yeah.
you're touching it and reading it and saying it out loud. But the reason you also get the ebook and you also get the audiobook is just like I said, there's ways you're processing it. Now you're going to listen to a stranger, not Justin, sadly, read that book to you. And you may hear something that you didn't hear when you were reading it in your head, or because we text so much or read so many emails, we skim. We don't even do it on purpose. We skim. And when somebody's reading it to you, you have a likelihood or a chance that you're going to hear something a little bit different that you haven't necessarily heard before. That's huge. And the reason to buy the ebooks is because I can't tell you the number of times that I've been like, wait a minute, I'm literally like out in the real world, like maybe at work or which oh sadly my book's usually in my car, but um I'm out in the real world and I literally go to my ebook to check something or look at something, or I've been boots on the ground and not wanted to go all the way back to the car and to grab the book, and it was able to go to my ebook on my phone. And so having these things, there's a reason we buy them. Is it to support them a little bit, but also it's because that's how we are able to really get deeper and have it at our beck and call, really. So you don't
Yeah,
have to. I'm just saying don't feel bad about it.
yeah, I mean, look, the ebook's great because you can scroll in on pictures a little bit better. I do that for TTI all the
Yeah,
time because those a lot of his pictures you need to really, really look at. You can get a little
right.
bit better view. What's it, and blah, 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 what was I going to say? Scroll on pictures. Plus, you can search for words really easy.
Yeah,
So
the searching the
that's a
words is
big
so
benefit.
good.
Yeah.
That's such a
So
good feature.
the other thing too about the audiobook, the new chapter, people are like, "Oh, I have to buy this now because the new chapter." You don't have to buy it now for the new chapter. What's
The
it
truth
called?
is,
It's a
Justin
story about
says
shrimp.
all you need is the poem.
Yeah, the poem and what's in the book. You know what I mean? I listened to it. What's it called? It's a pretty cool story. It's kind of a what's it called? He has trouble with the smell and stuff like that of rotten shrimp. But I don't think there was
I mean,
anything too
I
crazy in
wasn't
there.
even there, and I have trouble with the smell of rotten shrimp as well. Just so we're clear, that's
Yeah, but
disgusting.
now he can't even. It's all now. If he just smells regular shrimp, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
not
Well, I mean,
good.
he's clearly got what do you call it, an olfactory system, like that.
Yeah,
His the way he smells
very
is a big deal.
sensory. Yeah,
The perfume made him throw up in the store too. Remember,
yeah,
he blew chunks when he
yeah.
was in that old store where his family used to go. I can't think of the name of it. It's in New Mexico. But yeah, he threw up from that too. His dad said he left his Posey mark. Mm.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
Well, that's
so
great.
it's like there's good stuff to find. The music is great. Uncle Hiram does some of the stuff that's in there. It's gonna be it's a good read, but orally, like you can hear it
It's
auditorily.
good.
Yeah,
I put it on the background, just let it run while I'm
yeah.
working. And if I hear something, I'm like, oh wait, what did he just say? Did I miss that when I was reading it?
Yep.
And
Scott came running in to
that's it.
play just a little piece for me earlier. And I'm
Yeah,
like, and when I heard it, he goes, oh, and he's like, and also that made me think about this and this and this and this. And guess what? Now our search area got bigger because that's
that's
what
not
we
good.
needed
We
was
want
more
it smaller.
option.
Yeah, we want the search area to get smaller. He's doing it wrong. So
Yeah. Well,
people
or
teach
he's
him how
doing
to
it
treasure
right.
hunt.
I mean, sometimes the things you hear that you've never heard are the things that point
Mhm.
you to the place that you've never looked.
True story.
There
So
you go. Well, we got a lot going on, and we don't want to miss K Pro and Calazar's live show. So we're going to jump out of here. We'll be back later this week. Do not forget to jump on our other interview with John Collins Black and respond and text JCB because we're giving away 2 books, and we want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to jump in there and get one. We're so
yeah,
excited to see you guys. Thank you for all you do. And again, the super
it's
chats, we
not this
really
video.
appreciate
We
you.
are not giving away 2 books in this video.
Not this
You
video
got to go to the John Collins Black interview and put JCB a comment
in the
JCB.
comments.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Treasure hunt with us, we gon' light it up. There's treasure inside, yeah, we rising up. If you're gonna treasure hunt, why not treasure hunt with us? We the ones, we the truth.